We're live, everybody. Live on Vapin Trucker Show. Mike, take it away.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Let's welcome James Rivera in the chat. Down the rabbit hole. You're everywhere, Stevo. We got David Settles, Ronnie Masmussen, Simon Atherton. Tammy, what are you doing in chat?
I'm causing trouble.
Obviously.
Yeah, causing trouble.
Vapin Lizard in the chat as well. I don't think I missed anybody yet. Fidalgo Vapes.
Fidalgo! Is he in the bath?
No, he said he is not in the bathtub. He says he's on the toilet.
Well,
shit up.
man.
That's pretty close to the bathtub, though.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
So we got somebody new this week, not new to YouTube, but new on this show. How you doing, Zippy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for letting me come on the show tonight.
Absolutely. You got a YouTube channel, huh?
Yeah, Zippy Zone.
Okay. If people didn't know, her link to her channel is in the video description. Y'all go check her out. Back to doing videos again, I see, Zippy.
Yes, I took a break. You know, life gets a hold of you and takes you sideways, but I'm back to pounding them out.
I understand completely, believe me. I watched that video of one of your ice cream bars, the one with the real flavors, cookie and cream.
Yes.
That looks so good.
It's a very good mix. Like I always keep a bottle of that around it. To me it's like bang on, and I tried so many versions to get that right, but I think I finally got it. I'm not changing it anymore.
Good deal. Now you've been mixing for a while though, right?
I've been mixing now, I think, if I can remember, about 9 years.
Now,
about 9.
Did you say 9 days or 9 years?
9 days. 9 days. I'm a new mixer. No, about 9.
She said 9 years, but it feels like it's been 9 days because she loves it so much.
Exactly.
My brain always going. My brain is always going. As somebody mentions one flavor, and off I go.
Absolutely.
And it just something else.
Something that I do want to do on this show, and we have been doing it every week, is talking about something for a brand new mixer. Now, I noticed in your video, okay, you've been mixing for 9 years. You still won't touch the nicotine without gloves on.
Well, no, I don't want now. Okay, I don't want a new mixer to see me with bad habits.
Correct.
Have them. Oh, we'll grab that bottle of Nick and, just slap it and everything. But it's really not a good thing to show a new mixer and get them started off bad things.
Absolutely.
No,
right.
I'll let them figure out bad things on their own.
Right. And well,
Yeah.
in
Bad things.
in DIY, the part that should concern every new mixer is the nicotine.
Yes.
Right? If you spill VG or PG or flavoring, that's no big deal. Okay, nicotine is.
I don't worry. No, but I actually had one time, I did have my gloves on, and when I lifted the bottle away from pouring, I got a drop above where my gloves was, and it didn't take long for me to feel sick. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a good thing. No.
Right, absolutely. Stalker, you wanted to say something about nicotine here a little bit ago, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I thought it'd be good to just show a bit of nicotine safe handling. I personally don't use gloves when I'm transferring it from my nicotine bottle into. I got these little 30ml chubby gorilla bottles. This is what I put it in, and I find this actually better than most because the top on it, the dripper top, I don't get much drip back, but I've always got paper towels nice and handy. I've always got a couple ripped off the roll sitting right beside me. When my wife pours it from the bottle into those, I make her wear gloves. It's probably a male chauvinistic thing or something or other. I personally don't care. I'm used to dealing with chemicals with cars and stuff, and I don't do any of the safety precautions because I'm a bit of a dickhead. But yeah, you've got to be, if you're unsure or your hands are really shaky, please wear gloves. They're not expensive. I have trouble wearing gloves because I just don't like the gloves. I've never really worn them. Even when I weld, I don't wear gloves, and most people wear welding gloves. I just put up with it. But saying that, I've never spilt any nicotine on me. Touch wood. But for all new mixers out there starting up, please wear gloves when mixing nicotine until you know what you're doing. At least until you know what you're doing. You don't want to go through it. But what I've heard, it's pretty bad. I haven't had it, so I can't really comment personally on it. But do wear gloves. You can, in America, you can buy kits where the gloves come with it from Liquid Barn. I think it's Liquid Barn that's got the kits and it comes with gloves. You can buy the gloves on eBay, Amazon, buy them everywhere.
At a hardware store.
Yeah. And even, look, I even think personally, you're washing up gloves that you wash dishes with. I even think they might be good enough because they're fairly thick rubber.
They are. I bought my gloves at Walmart, I think a box of 50 for less than $4.
Mm-hmm. But they're not, and if it saves you from getting nick on you, and because it's not a nice feeling. Like the nicotine that I'm working with is 100 milligrams, and it doesn't take long to.
Simon, no glove, no love. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, go ahead, Tam.
No, I keep mine in a bottle at my desk like this, and when I pour from the big bottle to this, I put on gloves because I poured it on myself before, and I will get a straight neck headache in no time and have to go to bed. Like, it makes me that ill from it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. For any new mixer who doesn't want to have to wear gloves, okay, you can wear them one time and make yourself a base where you are diluting your nicotine down to what you vape at, 3 milligrams or whatever. If you get 3 milligram nic base on you, it's just like getting a drop of your 3 milligram juice on you. That's not the problem. Okay.
Here's Sub
100
Vape.
milligram. Yes, Tammy.
No, Sub Vapes asked if anyone use funnels.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
There's a bag of them. I've
Yeah.
always got them handy.
Never know.
I love those. I love those things.
And I have some syringes. But no, I have pipettes. I don't have syringes. I have pipettes.
I got syringes as well.
You use VG or PG, Nick, Tam?
I use PG because I don't want to have to shake it as hard.
Yeah.
I use PG. I've used it from the get-go, so I don't like change.
I tried some VG by accident, and I mean it's Nick, it's the same thing, but I'm just like, I got to make sure it's shake. I mean, you always need to make sure you shake it good, but I just like, it's just like, I'm like Zippy. The PG, I know that I've shook it well enough. The VG, I don't. I'm always like second guessing it, so I don't want to change my thing. I like my PG.
That's the other thing too with the Nick. You got to make sure it's shaken well, so you don't get any hot spots like of heavy dose nicotine, where you think you're doing 3 mil and you could be doing 15 milligrams. You got to make sure it's mixed really well through, and that's where I personally think the PG is better. I did get a batch of VG, and I'm worried every time I use it.
I need my puppet.
Absolutely. The other thing that you can do with your VG is warm it up a little between your hands. Don't put it in a microwave or nothing, but warm it up between your hands just to warm that nicotine, to warm up the VG. And then when you shake it, it's looser to shake.
That's what I do is when I'm digging out the flavors that I want to mix, I've got the VG in my hand and I'm walking around picking up the flavors and shaking it and getting it ready to go. Because I always put my Nick in.
Great all of a sudden.
Huh?
Your voice just went boom, like all clear and crystal. You sound great. I'm like, what did you just do?
Thanks. I didn't do a thing. I got crazy phone going here, and I'm not touching. It's going wacky tonight.
I've got a new arsenal in the house now that I'm thinking of using to help warm up the VG. It's a baby bottle warmer.
Ah, yeah.
Because they only warm up to body temperature. They don't
Right, yeah.
like what the milk would be in the boot. So we've got 2 baby bottle warmers. I'm thinking of stealing one until I buy another one. Because there's one in the kitchen and one in the daughter's room. I was thinking of maybe using that now to warm up the VG, because that wouldn't heat up more than 20 degrees.
Yeah, what do you dispense your VG out of though?
One of these bottles. You just squeeze it.
Gotcha. Now see, Steve, that's what I use.
I do a pre-mix.
Yeah, I use a clear condiment container that I got at Walmart.
Yeah, I did have those.
In the winter in the truck, I'll get some hot water in a mason jar, and I just set this down in the hot water so it loosens it up, especially in the wintertime. Because it gets really cold up there on the top bunk.
Yeah, I like to pre-mix my VG and PG together because it's just easier. So when I'm mixing up recipes, instead of having to grab one VG and one PG and put them in, it's easier just to combine it into the one bottle. So
yeah, it is. I used to do that, but at this point in time today, that's all the VG I have on the truck.
Max VG.
I've got that much VG in this bottle. That's all I got left on the truck.
Wow.
I'm headed out to California, though. I know a lot of mixers in California. Hello. Anybody in the Los Angeles area, if somebody can sell me some VG, I would appreciate it. I'll be out there Tuesday. Just saying. I'll pay for it. I just need some. Well, Tammy disappeared.
I'm here.
You're okay. I'm just giving you a hard time like I
I
always
know.
do.
That's what everybody likes to do.
We always want to talk to you when you're gone.
Just don't talk about me. You're fine.
You know,
Yeah, I'm here.
I've seen a lot of questions coming up in the Facebook pages and stuff like that. And one of them was like, what kind of bottles do you prefer? I do all my test mixes and I do things in LDP. What is it? LDPE bottles.
Yeah.
They're nice and
Okay.
soft and squishy, and they're really easy. You just rinse them out with warm water. Don't put any chemicals or anything in there like dish soap or anything. You just run hot tap water, at least as hot as you can handle it, or rinse them out really well. I'll fill it up about halfway with water and then just close off the top with my finger, and I'll just shake the stuff out of it, dump it out, and rinse it out multiple times, and then I just reuse them.
I use these are 15 ml bottles. I use these for my testers. These are glass. These are glass.
Yep.
Oh wait, I can't.
I use these for. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, you're good. I got it now. Yeah. I got. Yeah.
Yep.
Those are perfect.
I use these for my 15 ml bottles and glass. I use these for my testers, and then depends upon what size. Now I just pulled this one out because I just made a mix, but this is a 250, I believe. This is what I use to put my juice in. This is glass too.
Yeah, so vapes. Now it's all down to preference as far as VG/PG ratios and stuff like that. For the longest time, I've been stuck on 70 VG 30 PG. I also run the Profile Unity mesh as well, and yeah, I find 70 30 blend really works out great. And everyone that checks out my recipes and stuff on ELR, you'll see that I'm using the 70 30 blend. I've tried 60 40. That's all right. I don't know why I've really got a preference for 70 30. It just works. So I've stuck with it. It tends to carry flavor really well for me, and I like it.
If you're using a
I've
pod
stuck with.
like this, like a 60-40 blend does a little bit better carrying the flavor. You push it through. Or if you're doing a mouth to lung, a 60-40 tends to go a little bit better. See, but this is mouth to lung a little bit too, this pod.
Yeah. We also got another first timer on the show. Aaron down there, the Vaping Lizard. How you been doing, man?
Oh, pretty good.
You've been mixing anything good, or is it all secret waiting on your all show?
Well, this one I just tried it while we've been doing the show. It's a chocolate caramel coffee. It's really good, actually. Using mullen berries, double mocha. It's really nice, and It's only been 3 days, I think. So that's pretty good.
Now, yeah, Stalker dropped out for a minute. He'll be back. I've got to give you now. I seen a post on Facebook where you put out a recipe and you asked what fruit would go in there good. Now, I've got to say your partner in crime on your show said chocolate cake. Is that a fruit that I don't know about?
I don't know.
I was always told, that was dessert. It's not a fruit.
What you said, see, I was going to put a poll with it, but I couldn't link the recipe and a poll at the same time. Gotcha. But I was going to put pear and apple to start it off because you know how you have to do two.
Right.
It's like I was searching for the apple. It's like, well, I got Fuji, I got apple pie filling, but I don't think that'll work. I've tried that a couple times. And Real Flavors apple. That one's pretty decent. And PPA.
Do you have that Vape Train Shisha apple?
Mm-mm.
I think it's it may even be shisha double apple. It has a tobacco note in it, which would have went well with the RY4. But it's a decent apple. So
I'm trying to create Courtney a new recipe. She likes RY4 a lot. She doesn't really like the Flavora tobaccos. That's too realistic. She's more of a dessert.
Right.
Chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Absolutely, chocolate cake.
I was just thinking outside the box. I was just going a little bit different. I know he was asking for fruits, but I was kind of like, oh God, that would go so good in that recipe. I mean, there's several different variations that you could do of it, which is great. I mean, it gives you ideas, so that's pretty cool.
Right. Well, and that's a good thing about a recipe like that too is you can do apple this week or this time. You can do whatever next peach the next time or pear.
I think somebody mentioned custard rather than a fruit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've been talking the last week for sure, maybe the week before, about a little group that we've started, Mixers Helping Mixers. Conveniently, everybody on the panel today is part of that group. Now, what we're doing, and I'll explain it one more time. With all the new mixers coming in, we just want to be sure that they got the help that they need. The one-on-one mentoring where we can get on like Zoom and talk to them face to face and just walk them through how they need to handle their nicotine, the safety issues around nicotine. We can physically show them on a screen right in front of them how to use ELR because sometimes that can confuse people. I had a person yesterday that was confused on he was using a pre-nicotine base and he didn't know how to make the calculator understand, okay, I'm using a base. But just to answer questions like that and to help people get comfortable with using their stuff. Now, anybody in the chat that would be interested or on the replay, if you contact one of us and you're interested in helping people, let us know. Also, Steve put a link out in the chat earlier to a new Facebook group that we started. It's also called Mixers Helping Mixers. If you don't feel comfortable or you're not interested in doing a one-on-one on Zoom, join this Facebook group and just watch for the questions and answer what you know. Help out people that way. But it's all about helping new mixers. So yeah, that's that.
So I've gone ahead and put the link back out there again for the Facebook group, guys. We have an awesome new mixer in there that I haven't seen before, which is CS Blue.
Yep. They
welcome.
said that they're interested in being helped.
Yeah, welcome.
Hit any of us up.
So if there's any other new mixers hanging out there, yeah, let us know. Come on out, hang out, chat with us. We're here to help you guys. So yeah, definitely. Welcome.
Haven't seen Plant City Homestead on here before, or
yeah,
Nick, I can't even pronounce that one. I was going to say mixerotic, but it's not mixerotic.
Yeah, CS Blue, we'll make a mixer out of you.
Absolutely, we're happy to help you. Like I said, you can reach out to one of us, or I put an email in the chat, teachmediy@gmail.com. You can email us there. We need to know a little information like, are you brand new? Are you going to be using concentrates or one shots? And I don't need your address, but it would be nice to know a country that you're in and what time zone that you're in so we can match you up with somebody in that same area. That'll make it easier for you all to get together.
Goose Girl. Okay.
Ah, welcome, Goose Girl.
Yeah, Homestead is Goose Girl.
Ah.
She's being tricky.
Oh, okay. Oh, Adam's just dropped in the house.
Adam Pilarczyk, how you doing? Welcome.
Okay, she's in CS Blue is in Florida, so it's going to be Eastern time zone. So it could be.
I'm in Eastern.
Yeah,
I'm in
Tammy's
Georgia.
Eastern, Aaron's in.
We're in the same, I think. Yeah, I think we're in the same.
You're Eastern?
Is Louisville Eastern?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're the next one over.
And you're in Central.
Central, yeah.
You don't even know where you're at.
I don't know. I've lived so many places.
Well, I'm in Australia and I'm up all sorts of weird hours. So
I kind of am too. I'm kind of, well, yes and no. It depends.
Well, but see, Australia even works like for somebody in the States that can meet earlier in the morning.
Yeah, or later in the afternoon.
I'm sorry. Yeah, later in the afternoon, because that's
either one.
You know.
Yeah.
And Stevo is a morning person.
Yeah, it comes from the old army days.
In Florida? Oh, wow. We should all meet up. Have it East Coast versus West Coast. That's what we should do.
There you go.
And Zippy is actually 2 hours behind Eastern, so you're in Mountain Time here. You would be considered.
Here, I'm in Central. I'm in Central Standard Time. Yeah. I'm in Canada, eh?
Right.
Simon, you're not right.
North, eh?
So, if anybody in chat has any questions, y'all can ask away. If you have a profile in chat that you would like us to try to mix or come up with a recipe for, throw that out there as well. And I think Steve-O's got something he's going to mix. What do you got, Steve?
Yeah, so what I was gonna do here is I was after a oatmeal raisin cookie with a frosting on top. So to start, the obvious one would be the oatmeal raisin by Flavora, and then I was gonna top that with the frosting, another obvious choice, and then to give that kind of cookie base a little bit of texture and everything like that. I was going to go with the Flavora's Crunch cereal. Has a little hint of cinnamon in it as well. So get a little bit of texture with that oatmeal raisin cookie, and then throw a little bit of frosting on top.
Absolutely. Mixotic, to answer your question, they say once e-juice steeps using a lower percentage and they find it's too bland, once they add more flavor to it, does it have to steep again? The basic easy answer is it depends on the flavor that you're adding. If you're doing like a custard or a cream, it would need to steep longer, probably adding that flavor. Probably not as long as the initial steep, but a fruit, most fruits, not all fruits, I'll say most fruits, you could probably just raise the flavor and it would be okay to vape.
I would let it nap overnight.
Yeah. As Tammy says, we let it nap.
I make a lot of.
I forgot to bring in my little nappers. They're in the other room. Sorry.
When I'm making test recipes, sometimes it's really good, and I'll take the 15 mil, put it with 45 mil of new stuff, and it sort of speeds up the steeping process some.
Yeah, seed steeping. Yeah.
It does work pretty well.
I do that. Not today.
Now, Graham, I know Graham is in Vegas, and Vegas is only like 3.5 hours or so from LA, maybe 4. You could bring me some VG, buddy.
Oh, I know who could. I know who you can hit up.
Ty?
No, Liana. She's in Las Vegas near
Yeah, I'm not
Graham.
going to be in Vegas, though. I'm going to be in...
Oh, but Ty, yeah, hit up Ty.
Yeah,
For real, he's somewhere in California.
I'm going to try to get him on a show, too, to talk about Sticks Mix again.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, Ty is the owner of Sticks Mix, but he does naturally extracted tobaccos and coffees.
And teas.
And teas. And I haven't really tried any of them that I didn't like.
Same.
You think I would mix with them more, don't you?
There's a question.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Like, for instance, the aged bourbon cream. You can buy this, but you can also buy the extract. What's the difference?
I think the extract is super concentrated.
Because I have noticed a few flavors you can get a flavor and an extract. Aged bourbon cream is the only one I can think of off the top of my head. It's early Sunday morning. But yeah, I just didn't know what the difference between the I call it the regular and the extract was.
Like blueberry extra or coconut extra?
No, extract.
Oh, extract.
Yeah, extract, like... Go ahead.
Oh, I've got the bourbon cream myself. I've got the regular one, and then when they came out with all the super concentrate, but if you look at the label on my bottle, it says extract on it. So I just assumed that the extract meant it was super concentrated. That was my idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so I changed my mind to go with a little bit of cinnamon crunch instead because I really want to get that cinnamon note in that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Fidalgo, are either one of them near Los Angeles by chance?
Fidalgo's too far north, I think.
Yeah, no, he asked me if I was going to be close to Nicotine River or...
yeah, I don't know where they're at.
I don't know either. It's a good idea, though.
I can imagine Fidalgo like James Brown, help me in a hot tub.
Hey, James, man, thanks for all the work earlier, dude. Have a good night. He's been working all day. So, Stalker, what have you been working on this week? Anything?
Not this week, no, I haven't. I've had other issues going on this week, so I haven't had a chance. I vaped your new recipe, which was bloody awesome. Yeah, I've only just been vaping this week. I'm mixing up tonight. I'm going to add a couple of things to your mix, just a few extras off the list. I'm mixing up Simon's Jacked Up Grape. I got that flavour in this week. I got 30 new flavours in this week, and I haven't been able to touch them. They're all sitting around my bench here, making it a mess. I've got to do some serious cleaning up here. I can't even see the tabletop. But no, just basically, I had a few bottles that I know I like in the drawer that have been steeped well. Drops of Jupiter. I've got that going at the moment. That was one of my road trip vapes. And yeah, I haven't had a chance to mix up anything. I've been out all week. So yeah, I've got to do a few bottles this week. I'm working on a how do you say? We call it mochas over here. I think you call it mochas or mochas or however you Americans pronounce it.
Yeah, mocha.
Mocha cheesecake. It's not too bad. I vaped all of it, so I've got to make some more up for that and make a bit of adjustments. But no, unfortunately, I haven't been able to mix it all this week.
Oh.
Leaving at 6 a.m. in the morning and getting home at 8 at night, yeah, that's messed my whole mixing up.
I would guess so. That's like me. I sleep with the flavors right above my head, but sometimes I'm just too tired to mess with it.
Yeah, I'll come home after being out all day. You just don't, it's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah. I didn't see any profiles in chat, so Zippy or Aaron, what do y'all got for a profile that we could mix?
I was going to work on my fancy strawberry coffee latte, but I can't get on. So I'm kind of dead in the water. I did mix up Zippy's virtual treat, though. That's what I was doing a minute ago.
Graham says cocaine.
Yes, I look over at the chat. That's all I see is cocaine. No other messages, just cocaine. Good on you, Graham.
Tingle and spark.
Well, I'm working on doggy style.
Woof woof.
Doggy style.
You've already done it, Tam?
Well, I have one version, but I'm doing another version. So because I need to like tweak a couple.
No
of
comment.
things, so.
See, Stalker, you just kind of left me out here all by myself.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. No, I'll leave that one to you, eh?
Come on, give a dog a bone.
It's gin and juice. Now you know that song, Gin and Juice.
I do. I was just going to say John's lucky.
Yeah.
He is lucky, so you know he
Bit
knows.
of gin and juice and doggy style. What could go wrong?
Yeah, it is possible to duplicate commercial flavors, but the thing is, we make stuff 100 times better. I hate to say that, but it's true.
What's that?
They asked if we could replicate a commercial juice, which we can, but
and the answer is yes. They're not going to be exactly like the commercial juice, but we can get close. Something that gets you in the ballpark that'll get you to where you don't need to buy that juice anymore. I mean, if you can or can't is beside the point. The big thing with commercial juice is they use a lot of sweetener. So if you're just starting to DIY, you need to use quite a bit of sweetener and then just kind of come down off of it. Just wean yourself off of it and get used to what the flavors taste like without sweetener. A lot of these flavors are sweet all by themselves. Tam, you're staring at me like you want to say something.
No, I'm trying to type something in. I'm looking for a meme.
And you can save money on coils too by lowering your sweetener.
Absolutely.
Yes, I've noticed that. I don't use a lot of sweetener anymore, and I've probably got 20 bottles of store-bought juice, and I went back and vaped the juice that got me off the ciggies, the custard shops, butterscotch. Yeah, it's far too sweet. I couldn't even vape the tank of it.
Okay, so, I got it mixed like that.
They said that there's two flavors that they're mainly interested in. I'm curious now. What are those two flavors?
What's that, Mike?
It, Steve?
Yeah, what's that?
I said you don't have that mixed.
Which one?
The one that you just mixed?
Yeah, the one I just mixed, yeah. Yep, all right, so I'll let you know what I did with that. So basically what I did was I went with Flavora Cinnamon Crunch at 0.75%, Flavora Frosting at 0.5%, and then Oatmeal Raisin by Flavora at 0.4%. So I mixed it up, and I'm working on it.
Gotcha.
But also saying that with the commercial juices, if you do start DIYing and it is too sweet for you, don't just throw them in the bin. give them to a new person on getting onto vapes, because sometimes sometimes you do need that sweeter juice to get off the vapes because your taste buds are just destroyed. That's I've kept that. Like, I'm only in a small country town and coming across new vapors, and that's not easy. I've spoken to a few, but at the moment, a lot of them are too scared because of all this rubbish that's going on in the internet about people dying and that. I've tried explaining to them it's fine. I do it. And people have been doing it for years. It's only because it's legal and they're buying it from drug dealers. You don't trust drug dealers. Drug dealers are only interested in the dollar.
We're not vaping THC.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're not vaping it. We're not vaping THC or whatever that vitamin E thing in it is. But, yeah.
Illicit THC, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, don't just throw it in the bin. It could help somebody down the track.
Yeah, absolutely. And Graham, thank you. That is probably, of everything I do, that's probably one of my favorite ones to do. He's talking about a series that I do on my channel called One for the Road, where I review DIY mixes. I pick other people's recipes and review them. Now, yeah, Goose Girl, was trying to think where I had seen the Heisenberg clone at. Nillakilla, didn't Wayne do a Nillakilla clone?
Or Dave Haney made it.
So.
He did one too. Recently.
I think it was Dave Haney.
Yeah.
What's his mixer name?
Shake and Vape 007.
Yeah, Shake and Vape 007. If you go to all the flavors and search for Shake and Vape 007, I think you'll find a Nillakilla clone on there.
And I think he has a video for it too.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, your mouth to lung vapor. Cool.
Yeah, that oatmeal raisin did turn out good. I'm definitely getting the oatmeal raisin. I had to take up the cinnamon crunch to about 1% from 0.75. I wanted to get a little bit of cinnamon in it, but it definitely does need to have a nap, as Tam says. But it's tasting good. It's not bad at all. Right off the shake, it's not bad. So I do get the oatmeal and raisin. Frosting's not quite there, and the cinnamon. So very light on the cinnamon, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want it too cinnamon heavy, but I did want to up it just a little bit. But I do think it needs a little bit of time to steep. But off the shake, it tastes pretty good.
What size bottle is that, Steve?
I do believe that's a 50 ml LDPE bottle.
Okay, a 50 ml bottle. And how much did you mix in it?
10 mils.
Why?
Waste factor. You know, I only do 10 mil. I do 5 mil, but it's kind of hard with the scale that I've got. I do 5 mil. That way I could just get a reference of what it's going to be like before I go and waste a bunch of PG and VG. I've never been one to mix with nicotine. So all my testers, zero nic. I've always done that from the very beginning. I refuse to waste the nicotine. Even though now I've quit.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I've quit using nicotine now. I've finally gotten myself off of it. I think about the last 6 months I was down to 1 milligram. And I just really kind of got to that point where I really felt that it's just not something I need anymore.
Got your spaghetti for you.
That's good. Well done. I've got to say I'm opposite. I run nicotine in my testers and I do 20 mil testers. I have troubles getting the small amounts out, like 0.05 with my pliers. I can't do that. I have trouble. So yeah, I do 20 mil testers, and I run nicotine in it because I'll vape it all.
Right. I was hoping that Stevo would just go right into what I was wanting him to say, but when you mix like that, if you mix in a bigger bottle, if you mix a smaller amount, it's a lot easier to shake and get everything mixed real good that way because you've got a lot more room.
Yeah, well, I mean that is one benefit to it. And the other thing, the great thing that everybody knows is mix low. Start down low on your percentages and work your way up. Because the thing is, I can still take this if I didn't think that it was good enough as is, and I can just put it back on my
I'm having
scale,
spaghetti.
pop off the top, and add more, and adjust my
Absolutely.
recipe in ELR. Um, that's another reason why I do it, and I don't fill the bottle all the way up as well. I mean, so yeah, that is a good point there, Mike.
I'm gonna try a strawberry milk cake. I've had this down in my idea book, so I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna use OS DIY strawberry milk, Flavor West strawberry shortcake, Cat vanilla bean ice cream, and Flavor West creamy sponge cake.
Ooh, yum.
I'm gonna try that right now. I make notes of ideas and this is where we talk about somebody will mention a flavor and your brain just goes off. And I come up with this one night about shortcake and I just went off. Okay.
Yeah, I've
So that happens to you too.
been working really hard to collect a bunch of Flavora flavorings. I stick them all in one box.
Do Tammy, I've heard you refer to your flavors as your children. Do you give them all names or just use the names on the bottle? Because I wouldn't know how you would keep them all straight.
Well, my favorites get special names.
Like Tammy Berry.
Yeah,
Jamie Berry.
Jam
Tammy
Tam.
Berry's-
Yeah,
That's Tammy's Berry.
yeah. Jamie Berry is Tam's jam. Yeah.
I should have that by the end of the month.
Oh, good. Use it low.
Yep, it grows.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Seen somebody in chat say something about something super nutty, but I don't know what I want to make.
Oh, this stuff is very pineapple.
Oh, and then Flappy.
Well, everybody does that. See?
Oh, come on.
That's Nick. Nick
That's
does
Nick that
that.
does that one. Flappy.
Everybody names recipes. I mean, not recipes, but they'll have nicknames for their favorite flavors. Oh, I need my Flappy. That's Flapper Pie from Wonder
Yep.
Flavors.
There you go. So, guys
Yeah.
out there in chat, man, what are you guys vaping on? What are you guys enjoying? Mike, I wanted to, thank you tremendously. It was an honor for you to review one of the mixes that I did, and I'm just extremely honored that you did that. I had no idea. I think Stalker told me. He goes, "Hey, did you know that Mike put out a video of your mix?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't know."
Oh, he did a video of his mix? What?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he
That's
He
did.
uploaded
awesome.
it this morning.
He did the jacked up grape.
Oh, I'm behind. Howdy, Toonie. How you doing?
Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
So I gotta tell you a funny story in behind the background on this one. So Mike contacts me and he goes, "Shame, darn you, Steve, darn you."
I remember you
And
telling me this. Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh shit, what did I do now? I'm like, whoops, what did I do? And it was nothing. He goes, "You know what? I don't do all day vapes." And he's like, "I've been vaping on that jacked up grape, ever since I mixed it up and everything." And I'm like, "Oh, thank goodness it wasn't something bad that I didn't do anything wrong."
That's my second 100 mil of it, and it's almost half gone. That's all I
Wow.
vape today.
Yeah, I kind of keep tearing. Well, I've got a 250 mil up there. I did a 250 mil of the jacked up grape, and then I just put it into the 60 mil, whatever you call it, unicorn or whatever kind of bottle, whatever it is. But yeah, I found it my all day vape. I stuck it in the Aegis Legend with the profile Unity mesh. I love that setup. It just works really well for me. Hey, Eddie, thanks for the links, brother. Greatly appreciate that.
Is there one for Ruby Roo's show or?
I just put a message in there for Addy to if he could drop that. I don't know if he's seen it because he's dropping his other links, but no, if Addy could drop a link for Ruby Roo's channel, that would be much appreciated, please.
Yeah,
I got 2 new devices.
Yeah, you were saying that she was going to do a suicide prevention show.
Yes, I think that would be a real good one to drop in the chat for people. As I've tried it, and I know Mike, he suffers from depression, and I know there would be a few in chat that suffer from depression as well, and hopefully none of them have gone as far as what I have. But yeah, people need to talk about it a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah, Fresh covered that, I think, quite a while ago. I don't know if it was last year or not, but I remember Fresh did a fundraiser for it and everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Fresh did a big show for that, and Ruby Rue's
for the
doing
veterans.
Ruby Rue's doing a 12-hour from, I think it's from 12 o'clock Central on Thursday.
There you go. So
there it goes. It's in link.
So for everybody out
Thanks,
there in
Addy.
chat, if you are wondering what that jacked up grate was about, the recipe's there in chat where you can look that up and have a look for yourself if you're interested. So I think R. Willoughby James was mentioning something about bubbles to James, so I gotta put out a recipe there for him. Raspberry bubbles.
Oh.
That was a good one. So I played around with that one. Was 0.5% of the blue raspberry cotton candy by Capella, 3% of Capella's bubblegum, 1% of the Inawera raspberry Melina, Cap Super Sweet at 0.2%, Vanilla Swirl at 1.75%, and a little bit of Cap whipped marshmallow, 1%. That one was a really good one and worked out really good. So maybe you can make yourself a raspberry bubble bath there, Fidago.
I seen a post today, and now I'm having the same problem. Did anybody else have an issue with all the flavors and it coming up with a message that said that their certificate has expired?
Yeah, that happens every once in a while, and he's got to go in and
renew the he's got to renew the security certificate that he has for the website.
Yeah, but
I noticed.
In the meantime, I can't get on the website.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you
didn't
can't.
know that. I did notice there for a long time nothing was changing on the main page.
Is it now?
Yeah, you can't. And he's still taking money from us.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but that's kind of my point.
I was about ready to leave because I'm paying monthly fees, and we pay more than you Americans because of the dollar.
Yeah.
And it's been frozen on the main page, the same recipes for 2 weeks now. Flavors aren't getting added. He's charging money for it, and yet on ELR it's all free, and you basically get the same service
and functionality.
Yeah, functionality. There you go. That's it. So he's taking all this money, but what's he doing?
Exactly. Yeah. I think
Simon
he needs
just
to
dropped
answer
a
up
link
for that.
to Vaping Community, and it's a really great site that has every flavor, and none of them are duplicated, and it's free. So try that one out too.
Yeah, I've joined that one. That's a good site. Yes.
Yeah, Simon's got the vapingcommunity.co.uk out there. That's a neat website there.
And Simon, it doesn't matter. So I've been told it doesn't matter how big it is; it's how you use it.
True too, always. That's what she said too.
Oh.
Very awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Goose Girl says if you scroll down on that error page, there's a link for bypass the warning. Let's have a look at that.
There you go.
I think it depends on your browser too.
I'll just check that out.
Wait, advanced, proceed.
Or
Oh,
back
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
safety.
You sure can. Go to advanced and you can go there. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, I cannot access it from here.
Well, it says it's not secure like.
We got
It
some
says
mic
it's not
static
secure like
happening there,
ELR.
guys. Oh, we got some static being picked up by a microphone. I don't know if that's happening again to you, Mike.
Probably is, because I got stuff setting up here that wasn't up here a minute ago.
Okay. Just thought I'd let you know we were hearing a bit of like radio feedback, like CV kind of.
Is it still there?
No, it's not there now.
Okay. Well, what I was going to do was liquid barn vanilla ice cream at about probably 3%, maybe 4%. Some TFA toasted almond, some one-on-one butter pecan, and Flavora Kanako soy.
Yum. That sounds really good. So guys, what are you doing out there in chat for recipes? What are you guys vaping on now? Let us know what you guys are enjoying, and yeah, what you guys got. Let us know.
So Fadago, if you're going to record and send to the FDA, let's everybody get quiet for a second so I can say, dear FDA, I like flavors. I am an adult. And I will be teaching whoever wants to learn how to make their own flavored e-liquids. That's not acceptable to you. Sorry about it. The vaping trucker. And we'll leave it there. I was nice, right? Because they say to be nice, don't be mean to them.
Yep.
I was thinking of some other few choice words there, but you did
Oh,
really
I had a few choice words, but I don't want to make anybody cry.
Just put it in a foreign language like Sav Malloy.
Hey Tam, you gotta show everybody the toilet water.
Yes, hold on.
Yeah, what is that?
It is decadent. Well, actually, to be honest, it is what they were talking about it in the Heisenberg is made out of what's in this. Decadent vapors, something or another. Absinthe is in it. And another flavor. Simon can tell in the chat. But it also, this version right here has forest mix in it from Flavor Art. It has real flavors, strawberry super concentrate, and another flavor, I think. Oh, and WS23 at 1%. It is so freaking good. I never thought in a million years I would like this. Looking at the ingredients, and it is so good. Oh my gosh. So if you can get your hands on decadent flavors, right? Yes.
Decadent vapor.
Decadent vapor, yes. If you can get your hands on that stuff and mix this, and Simon, can you drop your recipe in there?
Yeah, it's like grapefruit. I mean, pineapple.
It's the place where I get.
It is so yummy.
There you go. He put it out there.
Thank you.
So you can find his recipes out there.
All right, yeah, Goose, it's up above your thing unless we have a different.
Yeah, because I buy all my flavors. They have a whole bunch of decadent.
Yeah, and they do sell. It's Decadent Vapors. They sell Crystal Blue, but they also sell it in clear. So if they have it in clear, it won't come out blue.
Okay.
But absinthe, he uses TFA. I did not have TFA. I had decadent vapors. So I used decadent vapors at 0.5% absinthe.
I have TFA absinthe.
And it was so, and I'm like, I don't like this stuff. I don't like things that have black licorice taste, but it is so freaking good.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How is the TFA absinthe?
I don't know. I don't have that.
No, Zippy had it, didn't you?
Okay, I actually Flavor Art has an absinthe that I like, but it's wickedly strong.
Yeah. Are you a black licorice fan though? Are you a black licorice fan?
Are you asking me or?
No. Yeah, Zippy. We lost your audio. We lost your audio. It's gone. It's disappeared.
Who?
Zippy.
Me? Oh, now you're back.
There you go back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have. I'll see if I can.
It's not real flavors.
Make it. We have a tiger tail recipe, black licorice and orange ice cream. I go in search with licorice. Sometimes you get a craving for it, and
yeah, I wanted to give a shout out and thank our Willoughby James for mixing up that jacked up grape. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for the kind comments.
I have it in this. I'm so disappointed because all of my RDAs are black, and most people who have it in a tank, like not RDAs, RTAs, you can see the green flavor through the tank, and you can't see it. It's because I have it's a black tank, so I've got to find the tank where you can see it's green inside.
Yeah. Fidalgo, if you like watermelon vapes, you make like a 60 milliliter bottle and put 1 drop of black licorice in there, it'll change it. Makes it better. Aaron, you've been awful quiet over there, buddy.
Ooh, sweet currant. That brings the idea. Thank you, Fidalgo, for saying that.
Sorry, I was muted.
he fell down.
Yeah. He's in the wormhole now.
How you doing?
All right, welcome Michael Morris to the chat.
Oh, hey, Michael.
Awesome, man. So Addie Tooney was saying that they made up a earlier, I think on Fresh's show is what he's referring to today. They made a strawberry rhubarb pie with a touch of custard, a touch of sweet currant. That sounds freaking delicious.
It does. Hey, Steve, can you drop the link to your jacked up in the YouTube chat?
Sure will do.
It's coming your way, Graham.
Yeah, it's super simple, super easy. And just
I was going to say, Graham, it is pretty easy. 4% grape juice TFA, 2% jackfruit TFA, and 0.25% super sweet.
it'll blow you away at how simple it is, but what it also gives you with the grape and then that jackfruit giving you that sweet sour reference with a full mouthfeel. I kind of likened it to kind of like a bubble gum, but without the bubble gum flavoring. That's
right.
Yeah, the grape part kind of is like a bubble gum. You know, it's sweet, vibrant grape, and then you get that jackfruit kicking in, and it's just amazing what it does in the recipe. It's just unbelievable how well it works.
Yeah, and it's very thick, right? That jackfruit gives you a good mouthfeel.
It does. It does not. It does not leave
Which
it anything behind. I mean, you get that full, thick mouthfeel out of it, and you get a beautiful, nice, tasty grape.
how low have you used jackfruit just to get the mouthfeel without the jackfruit flavor?
Um,
Have you tried that yet?
yeah, I've played with it at varying percentages before I finally nailed it where I wanted it. Um, yeah, I just if you push it too high or higher from the 2%, that jackfruit becomes extremely dominant and it really just bullies the recipe. So it does tend to take over and you lose the flavoring of the grape. So it will definitely stump all over it. Um, and then if you don't add enough to the recipe, um, then you're lacking that mouthfeel. And then you've got the reverse happening with the grape taking over the recipe, and you're not really getting much of that jackfruit. But the 2-to-1 that I did really, just complements each other, and you get an equal mix and balance between the two flavors, and still getting that full mouthfeel from the jackfruit.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking because a lot of times if people just want all fruit in a recipe, a lot of times it lacks some of that mouthfeel.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. The
just from the
fruits, all
fruits.
fruits tend to be very thin, and you
Yeah,
need to add some
so I
kind
was
of creams or
wondering.
marshmallow.
That's why I was asking, without having to add a cream to it, how low can we use a jackfruit to get that mouthfeel in our
Yeah, I
food
would
base?
probably say 1.5% to the 4% of the TPA grape juice. That's at least in my experimentation. But I found the perfect combination where it sits now, which is great.
Uh, Aaron, you got any ideals on getting better mouthfeel in an all fruit vape other than creams?
I'm sort of horrible with fruit, actually. I'm more of a cream tobacco person. But I have
How
used
about you, Zip?
marshmallow a lot for that. Before the show, we were talking about oatmeal raisin and oatmeal raisin rum by Flavor. And I've been sort of working, I came up with sort of an idea for a tobacco using that. I can show you what I've got so far, but I want to add like one or two more things. It's funny, some of these flavor bands they name off like fruits or just food. It's like, what about wood spice? Could I get away with just vaping?
Oh yeah, a whole vape of wood spice. That's good.
So I don't have the raisin rum, so I'm using the oatmeal raisin cookie at a pretty low percentage because it is mostly raisin, and being that it's in a tobacco, the bakery will help. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying out the Jamaican rum special from Flavor Art.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really used that much. I think I bought it to mix. I think it was one of Stevo's recipes. Usually I use TPA Jamaican rum, and then I like the Tatanka tobacco for its like sweet characteristics. It's sort of like fresh carrots. That's sort of what it reminds me of. I thought that would go good with the raisin and just a little bit of toasted almond. I don't know if I want to add like another tobacco or something weird like the wood. I don't know.
Why?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, we've got your audio cutting in and out as you talk.
I know I'm getting a lot of static. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, Graham's saying maybe Cap Sweet Candy, or what candy is it? Which one? It's sweet candy and everything.
Now, somebody had left a comment on one of our other shows, wanting us to talk about creams and how to layer them in a recipe. We will get to that at some point, but Daytime Frank is having a show tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah, Mike, your volume dropped down, and we've got static, is what they're saying.
Well, I'll be back.
Yeah, that sounds like that's where the static came from.
Yeah, yeah, he's picking up a bit of interference out there where he's at.
Okay, before I lose people again, I was saying that when you put that recipe up, don't ask me why, but things just pop into my head. My first instinct, I was thinking a touch of black fire, FA black fire.
Okay, I've got that. I've never used it before.
That's what I burnt myself out on.
Like 0.1 maybe, or
yeah, 0.1, 0.2. I wouldn't go in, but just try that because it just popped right in my head.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And I've wanted to experiment with it. I think Benno told me about it, that it really helped with tobaccos.
That's a Benno staple right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, try it. Yeah, like 0.1 or, I mean, you can always go up.
Every single flavor art tobacco, and I've only used Soho so far.
I only use Soho, Shade, Glory. I don't go into the real tobaccos. That's about as far as I go. Soho is my favorite. I love Soho.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
nice.
What's the one that they reviewed on Develop there for their latest recipe that was like an RY4, I believe, but they're saying that it isn't really much of a tobacco.
But a lot of people don't know. Okay, when you think of flavor art, you think of super concentrated, used very low. Okay, but Soho, you can take that up to like 10, 12%, and it's really good. Really good. Ferry came out with a recipe. It was like, I think it's 10% Soho with like a little bit of caramel. It is delicious. And that's all there is to that recipe, but it's really good.
Isn't Soho similar to RY4? Just got a little bit of like nuttiness.
It's not as desserty as the rye is. Like for me, that's a tobacco. Some people say it's not, but I get more tobacco from a Soho than I do the rye for.
Okay.
But it's not like dirty tobacco. It's still a nice, there's kind of a nutty note to it, but it's really good. Like if you try it at 10%, you're going to be shocked.
Sweet. I have to try that.
Yeah, I'll see if I can dig up the recipe for it that I had. Like, I can't remember what the caramel was at that point. I don't know if it was only 0.5 or something. It was really low.
Cool.
That'd be awesome. Did you want to share that other one that you put the poll up for, Aaron? That one that you were asking about fruits. What fruit would you add to it?
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Yeah.
Chocolate cake. Sorry, I got chocolate on the brain like Laura.
Always chocolate. Everything's chocolate.
I was wondering, what it was called, and I just put a question mark in here. If you use ELR, you have to put something there, even if you're still working on it. Yeah, this was like an RY4, RY4 double with caramel candy. It is like that hard caramel candy, but it works really well. I made one for actually Daytime Frank. We were doing different recipes on our show for different mixers, and it's really good, but it has that holy RY4 in it. And I only have a little bit of that left, and I'm sure it'll change, I guess, with the new version. So I'm trying to come up with something else. And I have a ton of TPA. And that butterscotch caramel candy combination is what I would use in that one, and it's really good. It will gunk the hell out of your coils, though. I got to change the cotton like every 3 days. And I like tobacco, nut, caramel, and booze. It's just a good combo. But yeah, this one I went with the butter pecan and bourbon instead of like the Jamaican rum and almonds. But we'll see. I haven't mixed it yet because I want to put something else in there, possibly some sort of fruit. We were talking either apple with that bourbon and the caramel, of course, or possibly like maybe a spicy pear.
That's awesome, man.
I was almost even thinking like peach. You know? I don't know though with the caramel how that might be a clash.
I kind of want to make that just the way it is.
Yeah, we lost your audio. Yeah, we got a lot of static there, Mike. Yeah. So what do you think, Tam? Peaches? Peaches go well with caramel? You're on mute. You're muted too.
Apricot.
Oh shit.
Apricot.
With
Apricot.
that RY4 thing?
Apricot.
Oh yeah, apricot. Or TFA nectarine.
Really?
Or
nectarine?
that
With
apricot and nectarine. Mix them together.
That sounds interesting.
Apricot custard I've been working on, and I'm using the Flavora apricot at 2%, and it's still sort of light.
Yeah, add something with it, like some nectarine or.
Yeah,
I do have
TFA.
nectarine. I should try that. I mean, it's good as is, but it's just that part of the custard is real faint.
Yeah.
There's bourbon in it and brown sugar. And I think that's sort of watering it down.
That's a tricky one for sure. To always sit there trying to play with the percentages and trying to work things out and goofing around with it. And it's like, yeah, will this work? Won't it work? But that's half the fun of DIY, you know. It's just, you know, do it your way and, you know, just see what you can make. I've been keeping a list of all my bad mixes. Whenever I mix something up and it doesn't turn out right, I stick it in a folder in ELR of failed mixes. And for me, I think it's the best thing because eventually what I found out is as time's gone by, I've been able to go back, review the recipe and go, what the hell was I thinking? But that's only after you've gotten that experience. But it's a good reference point for me to go back and look at it. And then if I want to rework the recipe, I can and make it work with something different, you know. But I guess that's kind of the good thing about saving the failures that you have in DIY is look, if you get something that doesn't work out, hang on to it. Just, you know, stick it aside and then maybe come back to it, you know, a few months later or stuff, you know, as you're learning and you're gaining experience in DIY, you start looking at things and go, oh man, you know what? I know, you know, now I know that wouldn't have worked anyway, but at least you have a reference point to work off of and go, yeah, no, this combination doesn't work. I know that, but I know what would work in here now. So save your failures, go back to them, revisit them, and rework them, and eventually, you know, you'll end up coming up with something pretty good.
Nice. It is nice to go back on ones you messed up, like Flavor West green apple. I made a really good caramel apple lollipop with it, but then I tried using it like with the caramel from the RY4. I don't know what did it, but it pretty much turned it into hairspray.
Oh,
it's just horrid, just chemical. Yeah, I was like, oh, so like
I
with
did
this
that
one, I
once.
was
I don't
thinking
know
of
what I did
apple
either.
put in there, and it's like, yeah, I'm not putting that green apple in there for sure.
you start learning what concentrates work and what doesn't work. Yeah. And you're like, well,
And
I
some
won't
of them
make that
work in
mistake
one
again.
What?
but not others.
You know, a lot of beginners get upset that they're making bad mixes, but okay, you might not be able to vape that, but you're actually, from that failed mix, you're learning something. You know, they get what is it, discouraged all you know, every time I make something it's horrible, but you're learning stuff, even though, you know, it's not you know, holy crap juice, it's but you're learning.
Yeah, and the message out there is, guys, and especially for people coming in that are new to DIY and mixing, look, don't get frustrated. If you don't get something that works, get opinions from others. You know, get onto Facebook groups and, you know, ask for assistance or whatnot. You know, we've got the teachmediy@gmail.com as well, so we can pair you up with mixers. We can review what you're after and everything. And you know, I agree. You know, a lot on, you know, what people are saying about clones is that, look, unless the recipe's been leaked, you're never going to clone, you know, a recipe 100%. It's never going to happen. Can you make one better than a commercial one that you have? Absolutely. I've done it several times. I've gone out to create that profile, but in working on that profile, it's actually turned out something that's actually better than the actual recipe. So I guess in a sense, if you look at it as, look at the flavor profile, okay, and shoot for that flavor profile, not necessarily trying to create 100% clone, but trying to create or recreate that profile of what you're getting in that mix. It's also very important that when you're asking others for help and stuff like that, I see all too many times people just put out, you know, a bottle and they'll be like, hey, can you guys clone this? And we're like, okay, well, first of all, we're DIYers. Second of all, a lot of us typically don't go buy commercial juices. We don't vape commercial juice. So that in itself is a mistake. Your best bet as a new mixer, if you're looking for help with a commercial liquid, if you have one, is to explain the flavor profile. What are you getting out of it? What are you picking up on it? How is it described by the manufacturer as the profile? That will clue us in as mixers to help you. If you just put up a picture of a commercial juice and say, hey, can you clone this? No. More than likely, a lot of people just won't bother responding to you. And I see that happen all too often. People will throw some general advice at you and everything of that nature. But if you really want help with something, look, you know, at least let us know what that flavor profile is. What are you experiencing that you're enjoying out of that flavor profile, and what you're picking up on and what you're getting and everything like that. And then we can make suggestions as to what flavor concentrates you would want to use and at what percentages. That will get you a lot farther than just popping a picture up of a commercial recipe, thinking that we know what it is.
I have a point here too, is a lot of new mixers will say that, you know, they tried the recipe and something was wrong. You know, the first thing you can do for us helping you is to post the recipe that you tried, because we can look at the recipe and say, oh yeah, well, this is, you know, you got way too much or not enough. A lot of people will ask questions, but they won't post what they've tried.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we can't help you if we can't see the recipe.
Yeah, that happens all too often. Is we'll see posts put in the Facebook DIY groups, and unfortunately, they'll just leave out all the details, all the information necessary for us to be able to review it and make a determination based on our experiences. And you know, that doesn't help anybody.
No, but I will say one thing: do not use TFA ripe banana at 15%. Don't do it.
Oh, no, that's way too much.
And one of the most common mistakes that people make is thinking that more flavoring equals stronger flavor, which is not the case. In fact, it ends up muting out the flavors in the recipe because you've run one flavor too high. You mute absolutely everything out of it, and you're not tasting anything. I was reading one about a guy who's doing a strawberry recipe and did that. And I was like, well, I can't taste anything. I said, well, there's one of two things. First of all, I spot the fact that the strawberry is too high in the recipe, number one, and then um, yeah, I mean that's just crazy, And then I mean, I guess you end up creating an unjuice by accident, right?
Were they using strawberry, right?
Yeah, I think so, something like that. And they ran the
That's ethyl
strawberry up way too
maltol.
high.
That's ethyl maltol, so it's automatically a muter.
Yeah, so any concentrates that have ethyl maltol in them, when they're used too high, you will mute out the recipe. But then there's the other thing, the second factor of that in a strawberry recipe. Are you strawberry blind? So I figured that that was another critical key point. Is I know that there are a lot of a lot of people out there, unfortunately, that are strawberry blind. And we've suggested for the ones that are strawberry blind, most people said they've been able to taste Flavor's Alpine strawberry mixed with Inawera shisha strawberry. So for those of you watching, that may also be a handy tip if you find that you cannot taste strawberries, if you're not running the strawberries up too high or at a point where they would actually be muting out. So that's another thing to consider.
Yeah, I use strawberry tea, like room tea.
You can use the strawberries muting power to your advantage, though, too. Like mixing it with watermelon. Watermelon is usually harsh. So, yeah, throw some strawberry ripe in there, maybe another strawberry along with it, and it tends to help out.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Tam?
About watermelon?
No, do you think we missed anything as
I
far
feel
as
like
the
a kid in the
strawberry
back of the
blind
class.
and muting things out with strawberry?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any flavor you can push too high and it mutes it out.
Yeah, as we already know, the ethyl maltol is the worst offender of them all. That they do that.
And with marshmallow, people do it a lot with marshmallow. But sometimes people do it on purpose because there might be off note with another flavor that's causing that they want to like mute out. So they'll push something a little bit higher. But that's a whole nother like show. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, Tam.
No, but that was it. Yeah. So there's times you might want to use something to mute, and then there's times that you don't at all and then you can't taste what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Am I still crackling?
No.
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 This is because I've never vaped this. This is Nilla Killer. If you can read down there at the bottom, it says vanilla ice cream wafer.
There we go. You got crackling.
You good now?
Yep.
Yeah, vanilla ice cream wafer. So it's like a big ice cream sandwich, but it's got those blondie type cookies on the outside of it.
There you go.
Reading the name, I would have swore there was banana in it. I don't know why. It was vanilla, but I was thinking nanner for some reason.
Yeah, they've got vanilla wafer concentrate out there, don't they? A good one.
A vanilla wafer concentrate, like what you would put in banana pudding.
Yeah.
There's only one I know of, and it's 1-on-1.
I was going to say I would use Flavor graham cracker because it kind of tastes like a Nilla wafer once it steeps out.
Oh my gosh, this guy's already like trying to argue with me. I'm just joking with you, but no, that's my jammy berry, just so you know. He just said in chat, that's my jammy jam right there. That's a whole nother joke. So I finished my gin and juice, my doggy style.
Awesome.
How was it?
It's really good. And if it wasn't for Fidalgo typing Sweet Current from Capella in the chat, I would be like, I would still be like, I gotta figure something out. But that flavor right there just like did it. Because I did it based off of Snoop Doggy Dogg's actual, like, what they say he uses to mix up his whatever it's called, his gin and juice.
Yeah.
And it's pineapple. No. Holy fuck. Cranberry juice and orange juice and his gin. So it just needed something in there to, like, I don't know, tie it together. So somebody said in the chat, but they weren't saying it to me, but they were. They didn't realize it. And I was like, oh my God, that might work, with oranges and cranberry, sweet currant. And it just like did it. That did it. Perfect.
Yeah, guys. So definitely check out some of Tam's recipes. The ones that I did was the jacked up Sunday. Freaking awesome. I guess that's kind of what subliminally gave me my idea for jacked up grape. And then the berry yogurt parfait that I reviewed on the show last with Aaron. Just absolutely awesome flavors, recipes. I mean, and flavors that she puts in those recipes. It's awesome. So yeah, man, if you guys can check her out and definitely mix up some of those, and it's awesome. I love it.
I just put a link to
that's another good one.
I just put a link to my to the doggy style in the chat.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
Really good.
Have a quick look at that. Oh yes, I've got that blood orange. Oh, and see, that's another Wonder Flavor one I never heard of. Was a cranberry cocktail. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Every now and again, there's some Wonder Flavors that pop up, and I'm like, I've never seen that one. I never even heard of it. I didn't know it was a thing. I'm like, what the heck? Juniper gin. Oh yeah, that one's on the wish list. Coming up next. Yeah, definitely got to get some of that Cap Sweet Currant. That's for sure.
It's really good. I didn't know how good it was. Oh my God.
Wow.
Well, I can see my list has just got bigger.
All right, y'all. It's 8:30. Time for us to get out of here. Somebody want to go around the chat and everybody can let people know where to find you again, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, so hey guys, you'll find Aaron and I down the rabbit hole mixing on YouTube. We got the discords, the various discords out there. So there's down the rabbit hole Discord as well out there. We hang out with Daytime Frank sometimes, and yeah. So and then you guys find us here, Vapin Trucker and friends. So yeah, man, take it away, Aaron. Go for it.
Well, yeah, other than our show, I'm in a lot of chat watching other shows and product reviews.
You just put it and I put it too. Thanks.
Go, Tam.
Oh, okay. Well, I am. I should have copied my link for my show. But I didn't even think of it until just now. Okay. So you can catch me on Homegrown Alchemy YouTube channel. Also, I'm everywhere. I think I'm gonna be on with Frank tonight. I don't know. At 9:00, but a link to his show at 9:00 is in the chat. Addie just posted it and I posted it too.
Oh, there you
go. Thank you for posting that.
I just put out your Homegrown Alchemy, Tam, for you. I put the link out in
thank
chat.
you. I appreciate that. So tomorrow we're doing a show with the Homegrown Alchemy, and we're doing a cool theme where we're doing like a video. We're going to show a video and we're going to do a recipe off of it. The Fog Vlog kind of did one similar to it, and it's going to be a little bit off of Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. So that's kind of why I'm doing like a gin and juice type recipe to kind of kick that off. And then Monday nights I do a show with Vapin Trucker, Liana Vapes, and also Simon in the chat will be on. And I don't remember the name of that show because I changed it. Mix it with flavors. I was calling it the Omats, but there's not enough Omats. We have more guys than girls. So it's mixing with flavors because that's what we love to do is mix with flavors. So I'm grown up. So that's pretty much me. You can find me anywhere. So yeah. So who's next? How about you, Zippy?
Whoever you pick.
Zippy, wherever you are. You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, we've lost your audio, Laura.
Talk sign language. We can't.
Well, I can tell you, yeah. Go ahead, Zippy. She does have a YouTube channel. Her channel is in the description.
Okay, I can talk, but I can't hear you guys, so I'll do it this way. Okay. You can find me at YouTube as Zippy Zone. You can find me in a whole pile of Facebook groups. You can find me on Instagram as Laura's Slick. And you can find my one-shots on DIYFlavorchaser.com. And I dropped my mod.
All right. How about you, Stalker?
Yeah, well, I'm on this show in the Discords under the Stalker. Facebook, Kev Shell Vapes on. ELR, I'm under the Stalker. That's about it for me.
All right. If I'm not crackling too much, what I've been trying to say is Daytime Frank Show. The link is in the chat. It's in the description. They are doing part 2 tonight of Creams and Custards. It's what Frank told me earlier, Tammy. I see the surprised look on your face.
I was going to say, yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what he told me earlier. So I'll see y'all over there in the chat on Daytime Show. Anyway, yeah, I mean, thanks for joining, everybody. All you people for coming on. Thank y'all too.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being willing to help other people. That's a good thing to be thankful for.
Anytime.
Well,
Gin and juice right here.
That's what we're all here for. They're doggy style.
Doggy style gin and juice right here. Closest I'm going to get to gin and juice. I don't know about doggy style, but...
Have a bit of gin and juice before. Have a bit of gin and juice before.
All right, so y'all know how it goes. Stay safe. Keep on trucking. Keep on vaping.